So, playing through Destiny 2 New Light, it's not bad. As I've said before, I think it is a very good run through, kind of like an old Activision expansion. However, there is one major problem here, and that is there's no justification for having EDZ or Nessus in the game. Now, I understand this was due to time constraints and just, with those two locations being more popular, but here's what we're going to do today. This is going to be a rewrite. We're going to go ahead and expand New Light out to kind of give it a Destiny 1 vanilla campaign vibe, so it's kind of loosely connected story, but overall it's going to be a nice little way to expand the system and to go ahead and tie into a couple expansions. So with that said, let's get into this. So, for this rewrite here, it will be quick, but I also want to have some fun with this. Now, in the base New Light, our main focus is taking down Vidoc. While this is fine, it leaves us with a major question of what is the point of Nessus or the EDZ. In Forsaken, Shadowkeep, and Beyond Light, the main story all goes to either the Shore, the Moon, or Europa. So what are the new purposes? Introduction to the Cabal and Vex. The Cabal have Firebase Hades along with various posts around the EDZ. Nessus is literally a Vex-controlled world, so here's what I'm thinking. After Navoda is killed, we return to the tower where Zavala tells us Hawthorne has a mission request from us. We go to her, and she says that she lost contact with her close friend and father figure, Devrim K, located in the EDZ. So we go down there and land in the sludge. After landing down in the sludge, we move around, fight Cabal, and move out of the way down from the factories to the outskirts and push up towards Trostland. It is here we get some nice post-Red War content. The New Light players can be filled in on the Red War, and we don't have to retcon anything. Devon can explain why the Red Legion is currently pushing. A new Valis named Dirham Elam has now gathered up Cabal Red Legion forces and has launched an attack on the EDZ. It is here where we get to a few more missions. I can see at least 3 more, one of which will scout out Enos' hideout through Enos' old ship, along with Firebase Hades. Just going in there to cause some problems. Hell, recycle some old adventures or two to convert them to story missions. At the end, the strike can be either renaming a Brakazan, which I personally don't want, or a fresh new strike in the EDZ. This strike will be called the Old Blood. In this strike, we will have players go from the Winding Cove, move up through Firebase Hades. There will be some fights here and there, but it will mostly be going to a unique part of the base, pushing inside to the landing platforms where we get our boss arena. To be honest, I haven't really thought about the boss strategy here. I kind of was considering Elam to be a flyer like Zon, but I want them to keep their distance. So perhaps like Molar, jetpack, but goes towards you. Just an idea. But the third mission is the kicker. In this mission, we see a fallen operation, piecing together bits of the houses here and there. This time, taking place in the salt mines with a Baron in command at the top of the mines. Former Devil Baron Rixus. But what this guy can do is 2 things. 1. Set up Fallen being on Nessus so we have a reason to go there now. And 2. Tie into Beyond Light. Maybe with some dialogue from Ghost saying, hey, he sent a distress signal all the way out to Europa, but that place has been abandoned for centuries. Now we have a little hint of Beyond Light and incentive for New Light players to go there and get the expansion. We also have a way to tie Nessus into the campaign. So then, now we know about the threat that could rise on Nessus, it's now our mission to go there. Landing in Artifact's Edge, your mission is to go find an old distress signal. You investigate a downed ship and go to find Failsafe. It is here we see the war between the Fallen and the Vex in the Vex introduction. And it's also going to be here where things split a little. A small side story focusing on the Vex, seeing their incursion and getting 2 missions on them, ending off with the Inverted Spire Strike, and the Fallen, fighting off their push on Nessus to acquire Vex technology. Think of this as kind of like a House of Wolves situation where Skolos was attempting to go ahead and infiltrate the Citadel, kind of like that. We then meet the commander of the Fallen, another Baron named Egrexus, Thief of Thieves. And here we have some fun little backstory, maybe even have Tanix kind of poking fun at how this guy stole the title of Thief from him, kind of building him up a little. And what this can be a variant of is the Exodus Down Strike renamed Thief of Thieves. Strike can basically be the same run with the same Fallen captain as the boss now. Still can go invisible. This is mainly just a method to recontextualize the strike and give us a climax to New Light, fighting the Fallen who will go on to be our key threat in Forsaken and Beyond Light. saying what the Vanilla Destiny 2 campaign did and its first 2 expansions did for the Cabal. We have a firm beginning, middle, and end, building up the fallen threat, introducing the other 2 races, getting a small side stories in here to justify the current existence of both planets, and where they are now that the darkness is here. And now for a raid! No, absolutely not. To be honest, all this, along with seasonal stuff, COVID, and the chunk that is Beyond Light, there's no way in hell any of this will be made. In the perfect world, I can see this being done. Raid may be a bit too much to handle, but I think it could really do a lot. It will give us 2 fresh strikes, or at least 1 fresh strike, and flesh out the introduction of a few players. This way as well, old players can get a new storyline, as well as the advancement of the Red Legion, Vex, Fallen, and Hive in these local areas. Just a nice bow on top. Tell me what you guys think. I would love to hear you guys soon. Take care.